We have a market still running on some very big gains we're seeing in the banking sector, particularly. Give us your perspective on the kind of activity we're seeing on the Nigerian markets at the moment.
Good morning, Alishia. And what we're seeing in the Nigerian market really is on the back of the banking sector, is on the back of Zenith's results, which were released yesterday. Based on those results, there's increased confidence in the sector, and we're seeing investors plowing in, especially into Zenith, and one or two of the other banks we are expected to provide good results as well.
Zenith itself posting a sharp drop in pre-tax profit, but saying that it aims to this year return to profit levels that were last seen before the country's banking crisis. It also expects no more significant asset risk write-downs. What's your outlook for the bank moving forward?
I think Zenith's results, although they were below what the results were in 2008, I think there were key indices in those results that show that Zenith is basically on the right path, and it's encouraging for the rest of the banking sector. Firstly, the loans and advances increased by over 53%, which everyone was expecting with the credit crunch and the announcement in the market that credit had been squeezed. That was a good result. I think also from Zenith Bank's results, their fourth quarter was actually very good. They increased from the results they announced September 09 to what they have announced for December 09. You can see that they've increased their profit from 13 billion in September 09 to 21 billion. So they've increased their profits in that fourth quarter, which would suggest that things are improving, and might be a suggestion that the entire banking sector might have a better fourth quarter than people expected. The loan loss provisions did increase from 34 billion to 6 billion in the fourth quarter, which is about 18%. But if you look at also the rise in their loans and advances in that quarter as well, and the fact that their NPLs are only 6%, despite the problems in the sector, I think Zenith has shown that with a good credit policy, sound balance sheet, although things are going to start to stabilize, and they're on the way to growth.
Certainly the bank positive about its own outlook moving forward. We saw it declaring a higher than expected dividend and a share bonus as well. Did that move come as a surprise to you?
It did. I didn't expect the share bonus. I expected them to pay some sort of dividend. It's a bit higher than I expected. I think what I thought they would maybe conserve some cash in that perspective and look at maybe some M&A activity going forward. But with the announcement yesterday that they're going to do the dividend and the share bonus, and also the fact that they're not looking to do any M&A activity in the sector, shows that they're looking to stabilize. Although if you look at the 2005 consolidation, Zenith Bank did not consolidate with anyone, so it's might be part of that corporate ethos.
Yep.
So it looks like they're not looking to save cash.
Yep, certainly the bank emphasizing that it's organic growth that it's targeting at this stage of the game. Of course, we still have Guaranteed Trust Bank running on the expectation of what they're set to release as well. What are your broad expectations when it comes to numbers out of GTB?
I think GTB's numbers, going from what's happened in Zenith, I think GTB numbers will be reasonably good. GTB and Zenith are known for having quite a good loan book, and the fact that the Zenith Bank loan book has not deteriorated that much, I think we suggest that GTB will follow suit in that regard. I think also GTB, unlike Zenith, has put in place at least 13 billion naira worth of 5-year money, which provides some long-term funding to going forward, which Zenith have said they're going to put on hold. I think the GTB in a better stance, but I think with the asset quality and the credit quality in the GTB loan book, I think we see similar reasonable results, showing that they've stabilized and they're on the path to growth.
Are the valuations for banks like GT Bank and Zenith in particular being just amongst the strongest banks still looking cheap in your books?
They are cheap. They are cheap, especially with the results showing that they have not been affected as badly as some analysts initially expected. And with the run rate that Zenith has shown for the quarter 4 2009, between the results they released in September 09, the results they released for the 15 months to December 2009, it shows that quarter 4 was quite a stellar quarter for them. And if the likes of GTB and First Bank or other front runners have that kind of Q4, it shows that they're moving towards further better growth.
Of course, we still have many waiting for full-year reports to give a clearer picture of the outlook and liquidity returns of the market as a whole. The CBN has come up with a pretty harsh mechanism forcing banks to release their results as soon as possible. Of course, that deadline being set for today. What do you see being the impact of these possible fines that some of these banks could incur for every day that these banks are that these reports are delayed?
To be honest, the fines, the actual financial penalty is minimal. 10,000 naira a day, which equates to, I think, is less than $100 a day. For many of these banks, is a minimal fine. I think what the real effect will be is the corporate governance issues it will raise. That why are you incurring the fine and in fact, in CBN? I think that's more of the moral pressure rather than the financial penalty. The financial penalty is minuscule.